I'm Derek from Crowdaddy Magazine, and I'm here with Judah and Doris of Freelance Whales, who the whole band just came by to play a few songs, and they were kind of to stick around and answer a few questions. So welcome, guys. Thanks for playing.
Cheers. Thanks for having us.
So for people unfamiliar with Freelance Whales, maybe if you could just start by giving us a backstory about how you guys came together.
For sure. Yeah, it's been a few years now. I think it was the summer of 2008. We were all living in New York City. None of us knew each other, but everyone was sort of aggressively pursuing music projects. And we all kind of were making little demos and stuff like that, posting them online, posting them on MySpace pages, and, you know, trying to find people on Craigslist and stuff like that. Yeah, and then, you know, eventually a few of us found one another. There were three of us at first. We started practicing in the basement of this bakery in Astoria, which is where Doris is from, in Queens.
Cool.
And, yeah, we spent a few months, just three of us, you know, wishing we had, you know, more cohorts. And then we found a few more, and we settled at 5. And then we started playing shows and, yeah, started playing around New York. And then it took about a year for us to start getting out on the road.
Cool. Is there a story behind the name, or is that just kind of a pair of words that you like?
There's a story behind the name.
Can we elaborate?
Yeah, well, I would try to give you the abridged version of it, because I feel like this is a short segment. But yeah, so I was a kid in Israel. I grew up partially in Israel, and my father and his brothers, who were all in the Merchant Marines, kind of threw me in the water at a very early age and were like teaching me how to swim, because they were all like really excellent divers. And so it became this sort of like bit of my childhood that I was very obsessed with, like impressing them and showing that I could dive. And, you know, I would do that by like trying to bring up rocks from like the bottom of the Sea of Galilee, which is this black volcanic lake in the north of Israel. And so there's one day I was trying to, you know, pull this. I dove down really, really, really deep to get this big rock, and then this lifeguard saw that I was struggling with it, so he dove in and pulled me to the side. And he was kind of, you know, pulling all these leeches and stuff like that off my body. And there was this old kind of, I think, this old man, I think he may have had dementia or something like that. He was this old man that was around. He was a fisherman, but he had some issue. He was sort of just like a poet or something. I'm not sure, but he had called me something in Hebrew, which meant like a freedom whale or like a liberty whale, and he was kind of laughing at me, like sort of like as if he had admired the effort or something like that. So
it's been with you for a while then.
Yeah, I mean, it's something I hadn't thought about in a really long time and I guess it's something that was, yeah, it was sticking with me, but it was kind of below the surface or something.
Cool. And so Weathervanes, you guys self-released that back in 2009, and then French Kiss picked it up, and now...
French Kiss and Mom and Pop. Yeah.
And so where do you guys stand on... Are you recording something new, or what's the like next step for Freelance Whales as far as like new material?
Yeah, we're gonna start writing it.
Right, okay.
Yeah, we're gonna like finish up this tour and
Should we tell them our plan?
Well, yeah, I mean, we have
only
vague plans.
Yeah, we have a vague idea of what we're going to do. We might go away and rent like a house somewhere away from the city and just live in it together for a few months.
Cool.
Write it out, demo it out, and then like really figure out how we want to like properly record it. But it shouldn't take too long, but you know, we also want to make sure that we spend the amount of time on it that should be spent.
That we did for Weathervanes too.
Yeah, well, that was done really quickly, and
a year isn't that quick.
No, it wasn't done. I mean, it was done in a matter of 15 days. Over the course of a year.
Yeah, it was done in a year time.
You guys had that quickly. You had Enzymes, which can you kind of tell how that came about and what the whole deal with Green Label Sound is? And
yeah, you want to talk about Green Label?
They just wanted us to do a song with them, and so we check out a song, and it was just an opportunity to record it. So
yeah, it was like an opportunity to work with like in nicer studio spaces and with like nicer producers, because like, you know, our stuff is pretty like self-produced. Our buddy Jeremy helped us make it, who's a great engineer, but we've never worked with anyone before the Green Label thing that like actually had like a real kind of resume, and it worked with like bands that we really admired. So it was a chance to do some songs with them, and yeah, I mean, it's a cool company because they didn't
make us drink Mountain Dew.
No, they tried, and then we said, No, I can't. No, they didn't actually. They never tried to make us drink Mountain Dew. But yeah, but they kind of have this. It's kind of this unexpected little oasis of like cool little projects. Like, you know, I don't know if we would have been as like rapt to do it if we hadn't like found it and found a really cool project, you know, that Neon Indian did and Waves and a few other bands were like, wow, like these guys are working with these artists apparently really effectively and helping them, you know, put out stuff that they very clearly would have really wanted to make. So it seemed like a very safe way to jump into that.
Enzymes is a great track. So I'm definitely excited for what's to come. And I know you guys are pressed for time, ready to go play a show at the Great American. So I'll let you guys off. But thanks for playing and check out the rest of the Freelance Whales session. Yes, check out them check them out on tour and go see or go grab Weathervanes. And I guess we'll be in touch with what's next for you guys after you rent your house and go record. We're really excited.
Thanks.
So thanks,
Thank you
guys.
so much.
Yeah. Bye.